technology is always changing in photography and in everything else these days. And sometimes we have to move with it. Now, you know, I'm used to my DSLRs and SLRs, which I've been using for years and years and years, but I'm certainly not up to speed on the newer technology, such as mirrorless cameras. You know, there are some really small, quite cool looking cameras. So what is the future of top-end photography, you know, for the enthusiast as well as for the professional? Because things are always moving. To find out, I thought I'd come along and have a chat with those really nice people at London Camera Exchange. Hi, Pete.
Hi, Mike.
How you doing?
Good, thanks.
Brilliant.
How are you?
Good. Thank you ever so much for letting us have a look at some cameras, because, you know, I don't know anything about the new sort of mirrorless technology and what's moving forward. Things which I find completely bizarre is that I can point my phone sort of straight into the sun.
Yep.
With an enormous dynamic range, and a phone with an Instagram pre-programmed app can just capture masses of detail in all areas.
Yeah, it can.
But like my D300s, which are what, 5 years old, 6 years old?
Yeah, about that.
You know, they'd struggle even shooting a raw file.
Yeah, they would.
So like, what's new in the new technology? What do you call this type of camera for a start? What do you call it?
Officially, it's a compact system camera. We tend to call them CSCs for short, or mirrorless. The reason they're called mirrorless cameras is because there's no mirrors inside of them. So if you imagine what your SLR is like, your digital SLR, you look through the prism system in the viewfinder, goes down, bounces, and straight out through the mirror and the lens. With these, if they have a viewfinder on them, it's basically an electronic viewfinder, so it's like a mini display screen in there, and then there's no mirror in the front, and that's why they're so much smaller.
Are they any good though? Because I mean, my experience of looking through cameras with LCDs, it's like, oh, I hate them.
Yep.
It's just me, I hate them. I kind of like, no, it's all like, bleh.
Yeah, some people love it, some people hate it, and some people it really doesn't bother. They've improved vastly over the years, because they've been out a few years now, these mirrorless systems. But what you find is that some of them, particularly like the Fuji, has an excellent viewfinder. Very large, very big, very bright, and some people just cannot actually notice that it is an electronic screen you're looking at. It's that clear.
Let's have a look. Let's have a look. I want to have a look through. What do you do? Just stick
Yeah,
it
just
to your...
hold it up. Yeah.
Okay. Obviously the diopter's not set for my eyesight because I can't see. Beep. Let's have a look. Ooh, I took a picture, I think. Yeah, look. There's you, viewers. As represented by Lorna. Yeah. I'll have to. Can I borrow one and go and play with it a bit later? Because I mean, I can't see a thing through there because the diopter's not set for my eyes. So, I mean, they're very beautiful looking little cameras. I mean, they look like film cameras. They look like SLRs, don't they?
Yeah, they're taking it back, almost kind of putting a retro edge to it, which is what people are after, and it brings it back to what those cameras used to be. Certainly on some of them, you're looking on sort of the Sony, for instance. It's very quick, easy spin dial. So on top, you've got your auto modes and then your manual settings. But then if we look back across at the Fuji, the top panel is completely different. You've got your shutter, you've got your ISO control, your exposure compensation. So rather than picking up one of the other cameras and going, okay, I need to look at the menu to work out what's going on and what settings I'm on, straight away with the Fuji, if you pick it up, you can see straight away what you're doing and where you're shooting, and it's taking you totally back to what people used to know.
How does that work though, do you think, with a younger generation of photographers? So like, you know, old gits like me who were brought up on, you know, manual wind-on cameras. How do these sort of things go down with, I don't know, say people in the 20s, 30s?
I think they like them. I think we've got almost the ability to adapt, because you might not have known that system, and you might not be able to go, oh, I really loved it. But if I pick it up and I can use it straight away, and like I'm saying, it's quick and easy. You can just literally see what you're doing straight off. It's almost easier to use this system than ones with spin wheels. That's what we're used to with the SLRs.
DSLRs, we've got used to spin wheels, yeah, absolutely.
So you've got shutter, aperture controls on the front and backs. They're just changing it over now, so it's on here and it's on the lens as well. So
I mean, I love that, because one of my big complaints, particularly with entry-level DSLRs, is that the controls you need are often buried in a menu. You've got to press something and look at an LCD on the back, and I want it outside so that if you're shooting, I just, you know,
you want it to be
when you know your equipment, you know what you're doing, it's instinctive. You just kind of like, you can almost do it without looking, like you do when you're driving a car. I do kind of like that. So what about the tech inside? So what is the benefit, apart from size, of the mirrorless system?
I mean, the majority of it is the size of it. If you imagine...
apart from the size...
Yeah, apart from the size.
Sorry about that. It's not very bright.
You've got basically the sensor technology, so the
Yeah.
chip the light exposes onto.
Yeah.
Once they get bigger sensors, it responds better to light. So that's why you find, really big, expensive SLRs, digital SLRs, they have something called full frame sensor in there.
Yeah.
So lots of light exposed onto there, really good image quality. Now,
high ISO performance, this sort of
Exactly
stuff,
right.
so good for low light. Have any of these got a big sensor?
yeah, so the Sony, for instance, that is a full frame sensor inside of there.
Okay.
So that is the same size as what you'll be shooting on your full frame SLRs.
Yeah.
It's very much based around sort of the Nikon D600, D610 sensor. Very similar sort of capabilities, but size difference is huge. So if you want to be able to go travelling but still have that really high-end product and shots that you can take, that's where these are coming into their own. Between these cameras here, they all kind of have a little bit of a twist to them. So for instance, Sony, great for low light, really great in those circumstances. Fuji has a nice big sensor still. It's an APS-C, so it's not full frame, but it's still the same size as a normal SLR, so anything from entry level to intermediate level. The other nice thing about this is it does perform very well for sort of auto-focusing and speeds of that. Weather sealed on the Olympus. This is what they call micro 4/3, so it's a smaller sensor but still not the same size as what is in a compact camera, for instance.
So would that mean this is kind of work better? So if you've got lots of light around, you're in a sunny, bright environment. But that might struggle a little bit if you're in low light, unless you start pumping the ISO up, and then you're going to get grainy stuff because you've got a smaller sensor.
Yeah. So rule of thumb tends to be bigger the sensor, better the image quality. But at the same time, you've got processors inside of the cameras which help as well. So it's kind of matching up with sort of partnership in that. If you look at the Panasonic GH4, good image quality, but what this is really dedicated to is the video. So if you're doing videography or anything like that, this can shoot 4K, so a huge resolution in video.
What does 4K mean?
Almost like megapixels. So imagine you've got sort of 5 megapixels, 10 megapixels, 15 megapixel cameras. Full HD, that's basically 1920. So that's the size of the image.
So HD video is 1920, 1080, isn't it?
Exactly
Pixels.
right. So then 4K is 4 times the size of that. So imagine you've got a much, much bigger resolution. That's what this can capture.
Okay.
So the same principle with if you took a really high resolution still image and you can crop in and still have a very good image quality, you can do the same with 4K. Now, not a lot of people have 4K TVs. They're coming, but they're still pretty expensive. But what you could do, for instance, with this is you could use it to post-stabilize, because that will crop in on your image, but you'll still have a really good resolution. You could manipulate it, so you could crop in just on a certain section of the video. So it gives you kind of more flexibility out of one camera.
I mean, high pixel densities, to my mind, really the only real use is the low light thing.
Yeah.
But that's because I kind of don't want to crop things afterwards. But that's just because because I'm lazy. But also, I can also see that could be useful. So instead of changing a lens, you could
shoot
film something
one shot and
it might be kind of small in the middle, but if you've got that number of pixels in post, you can then crop in and bring it up, and you've still got HD. Okay, got you. So obviously I guess processors, things like that inside these has moved on in the technology of processing the RAW into the JPEG. I'm assuming you can shoot RAW with all of these?
Yeah, you can. All of them shoot RAW, all of them shoot JPEG and RAW at the same time. Yeah, exactly like an SLR. You've got what used to be called is a bridge camera now, so it's like a compact with one fixed lens on there, big zoom. You've got those and they're called bridge cameras, but essentially this has kind of taken that bridge gap now. This is the gap between a compact camera and an SLR. But they can't call it a bridge because obviously that already exists.
That exists, it's not a bridge.
They've called it a compact system.
Do you think this is though? I mean, what would you say the advantages of a DSLR over, say, something like this is? What would you say would you say there's a benefit to a DSLR still? Or?
It's going to be personal preference, what technology's out there as well. If you think about you want to pick up some lenses, there's so many lenses out there for digital SLRs at the moment. you know, 5-10 years time, there's going to be a massive array of lenses for this system. But this is still, it's not very fresh to the market, but it's still pretty new in sort of terms of photography. So there's less out there for this system at the moment, so people still like the digital SLRs. Also, if you're looking at the really high end, so the Pro Spec SLRs, they shoot higher frames per second and they shoot better low light. They are designed to be sort of the top ranking camera.
Yeah, gotcha. And then you kind of lead neatly into a question I had, and that is, would a DSLR lens fit on one of these?
You can do it. You can get converters for them. Yes, you can.
Oh, that's quite impressive.
Yeah, it obviously bulks up the camera massively because the lenses are going to be bigger. But yeah, you can get converters to go on.
Bulks up the gamma massively.
Yeah.
English translation.
You're
talking to a Luddite who lives in the corner of a field in the middle of nowhere.
You're going to put an adapter on there, so you're going to have an adapter.
Yeah.
Yay big. Then you're going to put a standard lens on there, which is going to be a lot bigger than what these lenses are.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're going to be imagining. You could put like a huge telephoto lens on here, but then you kind of take away from the benefit of them being small systems. So it comes down to personal preference, what you want to be able to do with it. But the answer is yes, you can.
Is that what the gamma bit meant?
Gamma? No, camera.
Oh, camera! I thought you said a different gamma,
No,
and I thought, what's he talking about? What's gamma? I thought gamma was to do with brightness. Okay, my mistake. Got you. Yeah. Obviously, it kind of gets bulky, but
again, there's pros and cons of it. It's finding the system which would suit your needs, and then taking it from there.
Yeah.
If you came in and said all you do is video and you want one of these which would be great for video, we go down the route of the GH4 because that's what it's perfect for.
Yeah.
If you want super low light, we go down the route of a full frame because that's what it's designed for. It's much of a muchness. There's pros and cons to every single one of them.
So kind of, you said there is a limit, there is a kind of limitation on the number of lenses, focal range available. What sort of focal range is available for these?
At the moment you're looking up to about the 300mm sort of range. So, you know, a good bit of zoom to it. They've got
starting at?
So they'd be sort of your 70s, about your 70 to 300mm.
Okay, and so, the other end?
The other end, they go all the way down, sort of fisheye, they do exist now.
Okay.
But you've got prime lenses for each of the systems as well.
Hate prime lenses. It's just the thing, I mean, I know their image quality is stunning, and you can always crop if you've got enough pixels, but I much prefer a good quality zoom because then I can compose in camera and just do it in one go, because that's a workflow thing, I guess.
I mean, if I could do it, I'd shoot everything on a prime lens because of the image quality, but realistically, you can't do it. You need that good zoom. So.
You do, yeah, you know. And also, it's destination of picture as well, isn't it? I mean, most people stick them on Flickr or have them on their computer.
Exactly.
You only need 72 dots per inch.
Yeah, you do.
But, yeah, gotcha. Okay, so we've got a great focal range with these. What have we got on the Fuji? We've got an 18 to 55, the classic 1855.
But this one is aperture on this one, for instance, so it is classic 1855. But don't see it as a kit lens. It's an f2.8 to f4, so it is a really high quality lens.
That's an f2.8 lens?
Yes, and that comes as standard as the kit lens which comes with it. You can't, it's a kit lens, but you can't call it a kit lens.
Got ya. So you've got like f2.8, is that across the board?
No, it's not. No, these lenses come in sort of all the standard. I'm going to have to check what they are, but you're looking at f3.5 to 5.6s, so that's more of your standard kit lens. But yeah, Fuji decided they're going down the route of giving you something which is, you know,
that's astonishing. So okay, so let's just have a quick look at price. So say something like that, that's a bog standard, the Fuji kit, with the 18 to 55 2.8 lens on a, that's the same sort of size sensor as my D300 then?
Yes, exactly same
Got
size.
you. So it's a fairly wide angle on a crop sensor. Price?
It's about £1,000 on the body. You're going to have to bear with me on the price of the...
Oh, ballpark, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you're looking probably about 1,500.
About 1,500 quid. So, okay, so this is comparable to, what, D600?
Yeah.
We're moving into the realm of second-hand D800. I've got to talk in Nikon because I don't know about how much.
Yeah, you're looking...
I don't know what the model numbers are.
So 5D Mark II from Canon, for instance, but those would be body-onlys. So for the same sort of price, you'd be able to get sort of, you know, a kit basically. Yeah,
gotcha. So I mean, you've got a top spec, professional image quality, 2.8, very very small camera with full manual, and I'm guessing you've got normal program functions such
you can
as
just turn it into auto.
aperture, whatever, aperture priority, shutter, all that stuff.
If you knew nothing at all, you could pass it across
This
to it.
man making noises with his window. Shush! Right. Sorry, guys.
He's still got a set, that's the problem.
Yeah, I know, he's still got to work here. Okay, that's really fascinating, and you've got all that in there for about £1,500. So it's obviously it's not a cheap camera, but you've got some top specs. You've got a compact body, you've got a 2.8 lens, which I'm really interested in. Easy controls from the look of it, and it shoots video.
Yeah, exactly right.
And it's small.
You know, it's perfect for a person like you. If you came in and said to me, I'm a photographer, I've got this set, you know, image quality is everything that means anything to me.
Yeah.
But I'm going travelling for a year, I don't want to take my SLR kit with me. First point of contact would be a system like this.
Yeah.
Because it still gives you that flexibility and what you're used to, and the image quality. But it is that much smaller.
Really interesting. I mean, I'm going off travelling, running a workshop across Burma soon.
Oh, very nice.
I'm going to have a little chat with Andy and see if we can do a little thing, actually, one of these Fujis. That's brilliant. Thank you so much for talking us through that. Would it be okay if we went out and had a little play in the street?
Yeah, definitely, no worries.
Not like leapfrog.
No,
I mean, I'm happy to play leapfrog, you know. But yeah, let's go and have a play. I'm going to play with that Fuji because I'm really interested in that. Okay, that's really cool. Thanks for showing us around. We'll go and have a play in the street in a while. All right, nice one. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to be notified each time we upload one of our cool photography videos, or for more great photo tips, workshops and training, come and see us at our website, photographycourses.biz.